Hi YouTube, welcome back to another video. Coming back to you today. I'm wearing a dress. It's so cute because I have like another belt and I just styled it with like some fabric from the dress itself and it looks so good. But yeah, this is not the topic. I know I am getting a little bit fast when it comes up to my topics simply because I'll be filming them right before going out, simply because I know if I delay this, it's just gonna be a time delayed and I won't be able to actually show up. And lately I noticed myself sort of like just giving myself a lot of rest, and which brings me to the topic of today of like how to balance your your energy and you balance your nervous system. Because most of the time when I was stressed, I literally was like so overwhelmed with everything. Like I would wake up and then I would just think of like, okay, I need to do this, but I don't think of the moment, which is I just woke up, I need to pray, I need to eat, I need to meditate, whatever you do. And I'm like, okay. So I sort of like talked about this before on a video. I talked a little bit about being stressed and operating from a stress system, but I didn't really define on like ways to actually regulate that, or how would you sort of like take some actions that would help you actually get better at those things. So one of the things that I've done was pretty much to just bring myself to the present moment of like whenever I find myself thinking about the future, I'll be saying like, well, now I just got now. I am in this present. Like, what am I wearing? What color is my scarf? Or what color is my dress? So these type of like, thoughts would bring me from where I am to the moment itself. And it helped me a lot regulate my nervous system and not have a masculine energy. For me, because I used to be so stressed to the point where I actually, it felt like I was running all the time and never finding the end point. And that because like my brain was like just driving the whole thing. I never get to connect my emotion to it or give myself the credit to actually sit down and be like, you know what, done, let's just rest, let it be, like don't push yourself to the limit to where you actually cannot come back with a good health. This is actually something that I really learned, and I learned it the hardest way. That's why I wanted to share that with you, simply because no one cares. See the things that you're running after, no one cares. And if those things are not really something that you deserve at that point, because you're stressed all the time. So basically, what are you going to attract to your life? More stress. More stress. That's what you're going to attract. Believe me on that. So treat yourself as someone who already got what they are looking for. But work according to that. And when you're working, remind yourself that you're working for that goal, but don't let that goal work you out. Right? So this is something that this is how this something ruined me for a period of time. And I know like every time I go on YouTube and I'll be like, oh, I came back, and then I won't be able to just commit to the daily videos, or at least put in updates, simply because I had so much going on, to the point where at least my favorite hobby, which is video journaling or video documenting, is not fun anymore. It felt like work. And when it felt like work, I just stopped it, because I really didn't want to hate YouTube, simply because I enjoy being here. I enjoy sharing my thoughts, and I feel like I've shared a lot of tips and ideas where people just felt the same or related to it. And this is my intention. My intention is not to be I know it all, but my intention is like, I went through that, this is my experience, and here's what you can learn from it. Yeah. So the thing is, like, once I started noticing like what I was attracting into my life and how stress was ruining me, I chose not to be stressed. And all I had to do is like just choose it. And whoever is going through this, like, all you have to do right now is just choose it. You're choosing this life. You better choose something better for yourself. Take care of yourself as if you're like, the best the most expensive thing you have, which is true. You are the most expensive thing you have. Your brain is the most expensive thing you have. So take care of those things as if, like, there isn't a price tag to these things. But once you lose them, you go insane. Literally, you go insane. So, this is why I start like just looking at my nervous system, and I was like, no, I don't want to be going through this, because I had panic attack, I had anxiety attacks, and both of them are like worse. And no matter what I do, it's just there and it comes out of nowhere. Like I'd be just sitting, laughing, having fun, but then like I'm having, an anxiety attack, and it's just like, it's just insane. And a panic attack and anxiety attack, for me, anxiety attack is worse, simply because it goes for a longer time, and you cannot breathe well, but you're still a normal human. Like there isn't something that you could see on the internet, I mean, for other people and how they deal with it. For me, I'd be just laughing with you and having fun and chatting with you, but I'm low-key having an anxiety attack. And then at that point, I realized, no, like, what is the worth of living if I am all the time stressed and I'm going through anxiety attacks and don't get me wrong, like, as adults, we do have responsibilities. We do have like a lot of things that we be looking after. One of them is ourselves, and then what we're doing, and then some of us are taking care of families, this, that, and the other. So it's like it gets overwhelming, and I'm grateful that I have the ability or the opportunity to just pull the trigger and then just be like, okay, I'm just taking it slow right now. And this is what allowed me to sort of like, okay, actually balance things back, simply because I start realizing, if I'm building life based on stress, what am I building? And once I start leaning toward that more and more, I realize, like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't want a life built on stress. I would want a life built on good things and happiness. And I do know, like, life isn't always happy, but at least I want to build it while being okay mentally, not according to being stressed. And what I realized is, like, I can work definitely under pressure and under stress, but it doesn't have to be a lifetime. It just has to be like a work type of time, and it's not that long, because no one can take it for that long. So yeah, this is what I've learned of, like, okay, so regulating my nervous system, because of the stress that I was having, and that helped me a lot. So back into balancing my energy. When I was stressed all the time, I had masculine energy, because I was so operating on a daily basis to like taking actions, thinking of like too many things at the same time, trying to just, catch all of these things at once, and trying to be perfect at each one of them. I mean, perfect is not the word, but just trying to get all of it, go away and done. And for that type of energy, you won't really have much left for you as a feminine energy. So you be acting all the time as if, okay, this done, that done, next done, this done, and all of these things. And that wasn't good for me until I regulate my nervous system and I start bouncing back to being a girly. I mean, if you can notice, even for some of my videos, I was like, just makeupless, just filming things and then done. And then I was like, no, it feels like work. It feels like too much is going on here. But low-key, it was fun somehow. Like, it was fun from a point of like, oh, okay. This is how I look like when I'm stressed. This is how I look like when I'm, in my feminine energy and just having fun with the whole thing. And it is just a matter of like just listening to your intuition and just following that, and then at the same time allowing that voice of intuition to come. When you feel like something is off, as a female, we get this feeling of like something is off, or something about someone is off. You just can't see it. There is nothing visible to you, but you can't feel it. Like, this is off. So once you have that voice and once you have that feeling back, then welcome back. You're back to your feminine energy. For me, that was the case because I was operating on a masculine energy for so long that I don't listen to that, instinct of like, okay, this feels off, right? Because I was just, taking this, that, and the other. I'm focusing on getting things done and following, guidance and stuff. But once I get to, balance my nervous system, getting back to my feminine energy, I start like, oh no, this feels off. No, I'm not gonna do it. And it turns out it is actually right, because I don't know how to explain it to you, but you will get me as a female. Like, you will just know that this is off. And with, time, you will know exactly why it was off. So, yeah, I'm super grateful to be able to share these kind of, moments with y'all. And I hope you also share yours with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment your thoughts, give me the latest update about where are you on your journey, and I'll be happy to share more. I think that my content is gonna be more like this and more of like sharing other things that I'm planning for, but I don't know though. I'm just letting it flow. I don't know if you guys like me when I'm walking and talking or when I'm just sitting down and facing you, giving you quality time. So yeah. All right, have a wonderful day. See you on my next video. Bye bye.